Hello everyone, good evening. Really nice to see you guys all again. Oh, that's good, everybody's smiling this evening. Lovely. Okay, today is our lesson number 7, so we've got 8, 9, 10. So we've got another 3, so it's exciting, and then we'll be able to really get to work within the groups. Now, these next lessons are very, very important, okay? So this is lesson 7, then we've got 8, 9, and 10. They're very, very important, and the reason they're very important is we're going to start to do a few extra things other than just articles and workshops. On lesson number 9, we're going to have a special lesson on summarizing how we work in the group. So this lesson is very important, okay? Before going into the group to study, it's very important to identify and know certain principles that we learned from the articles. We kind of like summarize it and gather it all together. And lesson number 10 is going to be a, what should we call it? A cocktail party. All right, so we're going to have a little cocktail party on lesson number 10. Don't ask me how that's going to be virtually, okay, but somehow we'll manage just like we managed our meal. The reason we're going to have that is like we're going to have a little gathering together so that everyone who wants to go into the groups will get to meet their coordinators for the countries they're in. So every country's coordinator and some of the friends from that country will be there, so they can like meet and see each other on screen, one-on-one, wave to each other, and then what we're going to be able to do is then we'll be able to funnel everyone to the correct person so that they can be in touch, and then they can kind of be absorbed into the group with guidance, so nobody goes off thinking, what am I going to do now? Okay, so that everybody has help. So these lessons are very, very important, so please do not miss out on the future lessons to come, so that we can really make our foundation strong, okay? And if you have questions, as usual, we're going to carry on. So how many people do we have today?
In the chat, we've got a total of 17 I see logged in.
Okay. So
and then one person is on the old... I think he's on both. He's on both.
Okay. All right. So we need everyone to open up their webcams. Make sure your mics are checked out. Today, who are the moderators we've got today with us? We've got Bright there, Dilly's there. I don't think Godfrey can make it, so because he's out of this town. Okay, that's good. So we only need 2 because we only have 2 sexes. So we've got Dilly's and Bright. That should work out just fine. Great. So today we're going to read an article, and then we're going to do a workshop together. This article is very, very important. It's one of the fundamental articles of how we work in the group. It's very short and very important. It's on Rabbi's Social Writings, page 15. The article is called "They Helped Everyone His Friend." In other words, everybody helped each other out, okay, on this book. If you do not have this book, do yourselves a favor, do the group a favor, get this book, because this book is actually everything, has all the approaches that a person needs to work correctly in the group, okay? One other important announcement. Tonight we're going to give an email address, which we haven't got yet, have we? We're going to give an email address. Now, what happens is this. After the young group, okay, we need to know who actually wants to join a study group, okay? In order for us to know who wants to join a study group, we need you guys to say, hey, I want to join and I want to study. So what we need to do is we need to provide an email address for everyone to write in. And maybe Judith, maybe you've got an email address for the Education Center. Why don't you?
We got one.
We got one?
Yeah, I'm just finalizing a few things, but...
with Judith or?
With Dilly's right now.
With Dilly's, okay. So we'll send 2 email addresses, because one is for Judith, is the European zone, and one is Dilly's African zone. So what we need to do is we need friends who want to join to write to us and say, yes, we would like to join the group. Okay, otherwise, we can't pressure you. We don't want to pressure you. This is a voluntary, study. So anybody who wishes to join the group needs to say, hands up, I'm coming in, would you please help me? I'm from this country, this is my email, this is my name, this is my number, can you please get in touch with me and help me out? Okay, that's very important. So you write us your email address for the European friends, and I will write it on here now. So all of you guys...
You just posted it in the chat.
Okay, can you also make a note of that so we have it? But I'll write it on the board as well, just in case there's somebody who's not on Zoom with us. What's that email for Europe?
It's contact.
Okay, European students. You guys need to write to, yes?
Contact at Cobb Academy.
Contact at Cab Academy.
.eu.
.eu.
In the subject line, she put Young Group Europe.
Okay, subject. You can put Young Group Europe. Okay, and for the non-Europeans, okay, for Africa, Middle East, that area.
All right, so it's BB.
Just a second, Africa plus non-European. Okay, non-Euro, meaning Middle East. Okay, Middle East. Let's say, yeah.
BB Africa 1.
BB Africa 1
at gmail.com.
Oh, well, wait a minute. It's like this. BB Africa.
Sorry, spell it out.
BB Africa 1 at
gmail.com.
Gmail.com. BB Africa 1 at gmail.com. Do we have a BB Africa as well? Do we have a BB Africa email? BB Africa at Gmail? No?
No, just
okay.
this one right here.
Okay, so in the subject also, type in Young Group Africa. Okay, Africa / Middle East. Okay? So it's very important you guys write, because if you don't write, we don't know if you want to come in and study with us or not. In any case, we'll probably send an email, but it's always good to be, good to put your hands up for this kind of stuff so that we know and we're comfortable in writing and getting in touch with you as well, because we don't want to send emails that are unnecessary. It might disturb people and so on. Okay, so you need to write here a few things. Okay, in this email you need to say your name, your surname, your contact number, okay, which is your telephone contact number, obviously. Your email is the one you probably sent, but if you have a different email you want to use, you can say, for example, for this, you might open another email. You should tell us your email, okay, and your country. Okay, country of origin, where you're at, country of residence, where you're living. Okay, so we can then channel you into those groups, because there are a few groups in Europe, so that we know where, if you're from Holland, if you're from Romania, if you're from Bulgaria, okay, if you're from Germany, England, UK, wherever, so we can direct you to the right person. Okay, so please make sure you include these information on your email, and then we can move forward. Okay, any questions, any dramas, let us know. Like I said, today's lesson 7, then we got 8, 9, 10. Please don't miss them, okay, because in the future lessons, especially 9 and 10, you're going to get to meet the coordinators. We're going to know what to do, how to do in the group, and it's very important you meet your coordinators and also your welcoming committee in your groups. It's best if you write this email before, okay, so you might want to drop this email to us as early as you can, so then we know which welcoming committee, which coordinator you can be assigned to. Okay, so if you send this email in the last minute, we don't know which group you're going to be in, so we don't know which coordinator or welcoming committee member in the group to introduce you to. In short, get it done tonight. Okay, how's that? Let's read together. Rabash Social Writings, page number 15. Any questions, shoot them through. We're going to have a workshop as usual. And those who don't have their webcams on, please turn them on. You'll be separating us. Yes, okay, great. Bright, you're the moderator for the guys. Dillies, you're the moderator for the ladies. Yes, okay, great. You guys know everyone by now, so let's read. Rabbi's Social Writings, page number 15. They helped everyone his friend. We must understand how one can help his friend. Is this matter specifically when there are rich and poor, wise and fools, weak and strong? But when all are rich, smart or strong, etc., how can one help another? We see that there is one thing that is common to all, the mood. It is said, a concern in one's heart, let him speak of it with others. This is because, with regard to feeling high-spirited, neither wealth nor erudition, which is education or intelligence, can be of assistance. Rather, it is one person who can help another by seeing that one's friend is low. When he says low, as in mood, he's having a bad day, right? It's written, one does not deliver oneself from imprisonment. Rather, it is one's friend who can lift his spirit. This means that one's friend raises him from his state into a state of liveliness. Then one begins to reacquire strength and confidence of life and wealth, and he begins as though his goal is now near him. It turns out that each and every one must be attentive and think how he can help his friend raise his spirit. Because in the matter of spirits, anyone can find a needy place in one's friends that he can fill. In one's friend that he can fill. Let's read that again. We must understand how one can help his friend. Is this matter specifically when there are rich and poor, wise and fools, weak and strong? But when all are rich, smart or strong, etc., how can one help another? We see that there is one thing that is common to all, the mood. It is said, a concern in one's heart, let him speak of it with others. This is because, with regard to feeling high-spirited, neither wealth nor erudition can be of assistance. Rather, it is one person who can help another by seeing that one's friend is low. It is written, one does not deliver oneself from imprisonment. Rather, it is one's friend who can lift his spirit. This means that one's friend raises him from his state into a state of liveliness. Then one begins to acquire strength and confidence of life and wealth, and he begins as though his goal is now near him. It turns out that each and every one must be attentive and think how he can help his friend raise his spirit. Because in the matter of spirits, anyone can find a needy place in one's friend that he can fill. Okay, so first question. Are we ready? We're going to the first question. I'm looking at everyone, okay, and everyone looks really intelligent. You guys all look like professional yuppies that are making a lot of money. Everyone looks just charming, happy, wonderful. Everyone's having a glam life. Everyone's like a Hollywood star, okay? If we're all like that, How are we going to help each other in our spiritual development? That's the question. Everybody's smart, everybody's good looking, everybody's rich, intelligent, just wonderful. Everybody is amazing. And in your corporeality, everything is wonderful. You're all superstars. How are we going to help each other advance spiritually in that state? That's the question. Judith, take us away.
Yeah, guys, good to see all of you. It's really amazing. So we go in turns. I think Michael. Okay, the question is there, so we don't have to type anything. If we are all smart, beautiful, and intelligent, and your corporeal life is great, how can we help each other advance spiritually? So let's start with Michael. After Michael, we have Mohammed, William, Yosei, and then Abdul. And then I'll go as well. So Michael, please open your heart for us.
Okay, thanks, Bright. Yeah, I think it's some of the themes we've covered already, but we should negate ourselves. We should negate our ego and be there for the friends. And being there means listening to them with an open heart and an open mind. And I think, yeah, those would be my first points. Thanks.
Mohammed, please.
Yes, happy to join you again. I think be humble. Be humble. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. When we've simply to try to think about all the others around us and what they want, to feel them and their desires.
Jose, please.
I think sometimes we need to push the others to advance in spirituality, because sometimes we lose in other things different than spirituality, and sometimes we need to push back the friend towards something spiritual. That's the thing that I want to say. Thank you.
We have more people joining. Okay, so maybe John can have a go. John, and then after that, Abdul, and then we go around again, please. John, can you speak, please? I don't think he's joined the audio. Okay, he's left. Okay, so let's have Abdul, please. If you can speak. Abdul, can you hear us, please? Abdul? Hello, are you there? Okay, in order not to waste further time, I'll have a go. How can we help each other if our lives... I think I heard...
Yeah.
Oh, Abdul left. I think maybe his internet connection is not that great. Let's hope he comes back. Okay, the little I have to add to it is, like we heard from Mutlu reading the article, he said that when it comes to a matter of heightened spirits, there's always a place within the friend that we can always add. So there's like an infinite space in everyone. even the richest man on earth or the happiest person, we can always add something to his happiness. So I think that whatever we can do to raise the spirits of the friends, say even maybe a hug, or maybe those who don't like these to face-to-face approaches, maybe you can send a text. You can say, "Oh, I just called to surprise you, to wish you a good day," or something that can awaken people to open their mouths in a shocking way, but in a good way. So in terms of heightened spirits, there's always a place in everyone's heart where we can always add. I think that's what we can add to the friends. Please, Michael.
Great, thanks, Bright. I think I would also add how we can help them is not to pay attention to their negative sides, or not to pay attention to what we think are their faults, but give more attention to what's good about them and what's positive about them, and see the good in them. And I think that will also help uplift them as well. Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, great. Are we all back? You guys can hear me, right? Okay, great. Now, I've listened to the guys, and it's nice. It was a bit of a trick question, okay, but it has a really easy solution to it, okay? What is the best way to put a smile on somebody's face? Okay, this is the second question. Second question, okay? What is the best way to put a smile on somebody's face? And it only takes a split second to do. Okay? Now that's not a trick question, but that is the next question. How to put a smile on somebody's face in a split second.
Muhammad and Jose are already smiling.
Well, there you go.
See?
I must have done something right. Okay, break us out, Judith. Let's work on this. We're going to need this. On the path, we're going to need to be happy chappies. So let's get smashing. It's a bit hot, eh?
Something right. You know. Lenny, you were speaking. Please finish off by telling us this, giving us the answer to this question. And the question is, what is the best way to put a smile on someone's face? And then please choose your next friend.
I think to make him feel that he's a great friend. Perhaps a compliment or some other words. I choose Ola.
Well, I think we need to do something that fulfills the desire of the friend, that makes the friend feels good, and just know what friend desires, and then we need to have this desire to fulfill that desire. Please, who hasn't spoken? Mirjana, please.
The question is how to put smile in one friend's face in the split seconds. The best way is to smile yourself, because when you smile, you're already feeling the wonderful mood, and your friend feels that you actually feels good. So and the friend feels good himself or herself as well. Carmen.
Yes, I think that a smile on a face is I have no the word. The smile goes from a person to other person. I don't know how to tell better. And when someone smiles, then the others smiles too. Marina.
Yeah, I agree. When you're smiling to your friends with open heart, not, sometimes even you in a bad mood, just smile, just try smile from your eyes, from your heart, from your face, and it's not possible to not receive the smile back. And when your friends understand it is you open heart and you do it really, really to please themselves, to please them, so you always receive smile from your friends. Louisa, please.
Sometimes jokes help. when you make a joke, I mean not a bad one, but a good hearty joke might put laugh on somebody's face. Or where you compliment. I think you've all said it. Yeah, I agree with everything, and I just add a joke to it. Claire, have you spoken?
The only thing I was thinking was smile yourself. So it's already been said. Is there anyone left that hasn't said anything?
I think Nina. Nina, have you spoken?
Okay, Nina.
Spunându-i o vorbă de încredere și încurajare.
Just tell someone words, not a word, words to make him feel better and to improve his mood.
Mulțumesc, Carmen.
Okay, we're back, right? You guys can all, where are the guys? Okay, here the guys are back as well. Lovely. So, Bright, did the guys get the answer right? What was it? What did the guys say?
We were having such a big discussion because everyone seems to have had a lot they start to say. But typically everyone will say like literally the same things. Like if we show good examples to others, others are most likely to also show us the same examples. If we smile at people, people will smile at us. So we all kind of hovered around it. We the individuals or we the observers or whoever was trying to perceive something else outside of him. So whatever you do unto others, it looked from the workshop. That's what I got. Whatever we do unto others, that's exactly what we're gonna get. So if we want people to smile, we need to smile first.
Right. Delise, what did the ladies say?
Well, I wish I could say something different or more intelligent, but it was exactly the same answer, the exact same feedback of smiling to the friends will give you the smile back, giving them whatever you need as well. If you feel you need something, that's what your friend needs. Building up confidence, making them feel warm and accepted. Sisters, I hope I got it right. If I don't, just raise your hand. I'm sure Mutlu will allow us to speak.
Absolutely. Okay, good. That's very good because I think you guys got it all right. The best way to make a smile in a split second is you first smile at them. Okay, and the trick behind this exercise is you do it even though you don't want to smile. All right? So most of the times people don't really want to smile, do they? Okay, so this is why in the 21st century you go around the streets smiling, people think you're a nutcase. Okay, so but in the group we must make a habit of smiling to the friends. And the hardest thing is when you don't want to, because when you're having a bad day or you have something on your mind and so on, it's very hard to smile actually sometimes, which we will witness along the way. And but the easiest way, the fastest way is to smile to a friend, because immediately that just gets them out of themselves. Okay, that's a split second action. Great. So everything you guys have said are nice. Another thing I'd like to ask is this. How can I be attentive to the friends so I can feel their mood? Because Rabbi says here, it turns out that each and every one must be attentive and think how he can help his friend raise his spirit. What does it mean to be attentive towards the friends? And he also says, I need to think about how to raise his spirit. Okay? Raising spirit, plus or minus, we all got it right. We need to smile to the friend, we need to give them confidence, treat them nicely, and so on. Okay. But what does it mean to be attentive towards others? How can I be attentive towards my friends so then I can figure out what to do towards them? Okay, is the question clear? Yeah, in order to give a friend a good mood, I need to see that he needs to have a good mood or she needs to have a good mood. I need to see that, okay? Because we can't run around smiling like a clown all day, even though in the group we do that in the group, okay? But how can I be attentive towards the friend? Okay, so I get to feel the friends. That's the question. And then you know what to do. You'll just put a juicy smile and they'll be back to normal, okay? That's the question. Yalla, let's go, Judith. How come the meeting has been ended by host? Why did the meeting go? Oh, they're back.
Guys, something strange because nobody No, any guy is going to the room. I don't know, maybe something strange with Zoom. I will try to close.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we were all job pushed out. We left the meeting. I came back.
Oh, okay. So I will try again. I will close the rooms and I will open again.
Thanks.
It will take 60 seconds.
Yeah, let's just wait a minute or two to make sure people come back, just so that we've got everyone.
No, everybody's here. 21 people.
Yeah. Oh, so everybody's back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, guys, sorry. By accident. Okay. Yeah, the question, how can we feel, how can we be attentive to a friend? Hang on. Yeah, how can we be attentive to a friend? And what was the second part? Actually, hang on, hold on. Friends, can someone please repeat the second part? I don't want to mix it up.
Right. It was how to be attentive. How can we think about the desires of others? I think it was something like that.
Okay. So maybe we start from please.
Who starts?
Yeah, William from Belgium, please.
Right. Such a difficult question. Yeah, it's a constant trying. You have to.
Yeah, sorry, friends. Bit of a glitch here, so please bear with us. I think the friends are being put in the rooms again, so just a few minutes, so that the other friends can join us. Yeah, Willie's back. Yeah. It was just a little glitch, so we're just waiting for the rest of the friends.
Zoom is being crazy.
Mike is not here yet. Let's wait for Mike, please. But for the meantime, maybe let me read out the question again. It's been written here. The question was, how can we be attentive to a friend, and how can we know what the friend is lacking? Yeah, how can we be attentive to a friend, and how can we know what a friend is lacking? Yeah, Mike is back. We're waiting for you, Mike. Okay, maybe Enoch can start. We go in that order. Enoch, Mo. Oh, the order's changed again. Maybe.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Yeah. I think to be attentive towards a friend is to really learn how to listen more than to speak, and to make sure that they feel as if you work together with them in your conversation, meaning that you have to make sure that you pay attention to whatever they're talking about. So what's the next part again? Sorry.
And how can we know what the friend is lacking?
Well, I think by asking, that's what I can say for now. Thank you.
Okay. Mo, please. Mo.
I'm sorry, guys. Actually, I don't know the answer. Thank you.
Okay. I think it's best for me to write the order here, and then everyone can follow. Okay, Mike, please, Mike.
Okay, I'll repeat what I said just now, but I think it's similar that you can be attentive to your friends if you stop thinking about yourself. So I think again, it's to annul yourself, to annul the ego. And yes, I think listening is very important. So to really listen actively, and if you were with the person, to face them, to look at them, to show them that you were paying attention, to give them feedback, either through your face or through your body or some kind of way, so that they know you're paying attention. Okay, thanks.
Okay, Sam, we haven't heard from you, please. If you can speak, please speak. Thank you. We can't hear you, please. Yeah.
Can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah, we can hear you now, please. Yeah, go on.
Okay, how are you doing today? The way I see, being attentive to someone is to be free of judgment first. Don't try to have any prejudice behind your mind. Be open, good eye contact, and body language, like response to what is saying, and to always pay attention and listen, not to hear, but listen to be able to assist. By that, you're going to be quiet to the limit possible for your friend to be able to empty his mind to you. By paying attention, you're going to gain his trust, and by that, he's going to be able to really tell you his feelings about that particular issue, and by that, you'll be able to really understand and help. By letting him talk to the end, it will assist you to be able to really understand his background on the situation he is. And by that, you'll be able to really assist him emotionally, or in whichever way you'll be able to come in. But first of all, it's good to be quiet and listen to understand, not listen to hear what the person is saying. That is what I can contribute.
Abdul, is it possible to speak or type? Yeah, I think Abdul's connection is not helping him today. Okay, Willie, maybe you can go, please.
I already said my point. You first have to annul yourself, and then automatically you will start thinking about others. But first you have to try and realize.
Let me try.
You have to try and
yeah.
Use, how do you say it? Use energy. It takes energy. It's a job. You really have to put effort into it to overcome your egoistic inclination, and then automatically you will start thinking about the others. Yeah, put effort forward. Thank you, guys. We have to try together.
Yeah, I think this question involves everything. We gotta go in like a minute. Okay, I'll say something short.
Right then, we're all coming back. All right, how did you go with that? Any feedback? Yeah, give me a summary of the guys, Bright. What's going on there?
Basically, everyone was talking about annulment and being able to create some space within yourself in order to absorb the others. Because, like William rightly said, you should try and switch off your natural egoistic inclination so that you can hear the others. Because most of the time we approach others with prejudices and preconceived ideas about the situation or what they want to say to us. And some also brilliantly said that if we are not ourselves, or if we make an effort to try and understand with the heart the other friend or whoever we're trying to be connected to, if we open up in a more like in a heartfelt way, we're most likely to feel what the friend feels, and not to try and just come up with our own judgments or whatnot. But on average, everyone was talking about annulment and trying to be sober enough to hear the other person, not to understand, but not to just listen, to hear the other so that we can understand in the heart. Thank you.
Dillies, what about the ladies? What do they got on their plates?
We spoke of non-judgment, of being present, being able to feel what the other feels, being able to listen, to feel with your entire body, to feel from the heart. Basically, all of the same things that the men have spoken of. And then we had a moment of silence, which was quite beautiful as the whole group tried to be in that attentive space. It was a good feeling.
Well, that's a nice exercise. Great, that's good. That's good to know. So we're all on the same track. I think we're all doing well. So you can see, things aren't very difficult when you're studying Kabbalah because we're all living in the same world. We all have our daily routines, daily ups and downs. No matter where you live on the planet, humans are the same everywhere. Okay? And we're all going through life's routine stuff, all of us together. So if you really get stuck about what the friend really needs, okay, and you really don't know what the friend might need, it's very simple. We are all gathered here just to get spiritual, and that's everybody's real need. And if we can really fulfill that need inside of us, all of the problems in our lives will be solved, simply because the only way for us to understand our human level is by rising on top of that level. So if anybody has any doubts about what the friends might need, easy. They just need to get spiritual, okay? And we can definitely find ways to help them get spiritual along the way. And a good mood is definitely on the top of the list. The rest of that is really just studying and trying to connect and trying to build a desire towards spirituality. So it's pretty much ABC. Any questions on top of that? Does anybody have any questions? Now, I saw some people were on and off, okay? I'd just like to reiterate that joining these workshops are very, very important. And there's a special reason why we do workshops. And we'll be doing them often in the morning lesson. So especially, when you join B'nai Baruch, if you feel like joining B'nai Baruch and you come into the group, workshops are very, very important. It's very important for us to participate, because if we don't have these workshops, how can we actually feel each other out? Now, how can I know if my friend's going through a good day or a bad day if we don't talk? Okay, because at the end of the day, all day we're at work, we've got family, we see each other, every now and then when we're studying spirituality. Then how can I really, have this opportunity to connect with someone at a common goal and work towards that if I don't join these workshops? So these workshops are very important, and sometimes I see people going on and off. Very important for us to stabilize our connection and join these workshops. Okay, so on lesson especially, lesson number 8 next week, 9 and 10. Please make sure you guys have your internet, your mics working, so we can, we can really go forward. It's very important for us to participate. Otherwise, there's no way we can help each other out. There's no way we can feel each other. And if we don't have these two components, there's really no use in trying to work together either, because anyone can just read the book and learn. But what is real learning is when we're actually feeling what the book is talking about. That's called real learning. It's not an intellectual process, but it's about living the books, living the sources. And the only way we can do that is by participating. All right. So please make sure you guys are on track. We've got about 8 minutes left. And if you guys don't have questions, we can do another workshop. Some people said to nullify yourself. And that's a good point. But we should know what it means to nullify ourselves towards the friend. So I've got a question about that, so we should clarify in the group. Okay, 2 parts to the question. 1, what do I nullify in the group? And is my nullification towards the general group or towards each friend as an individual? Okay, so what do I nullify as a person? What do I need to nullify? And the second part of the question is, do I nullify to the generality of the group, or do I nullify to each and every one of my friends? Now, if you've got questions afterwards, we'll answer them. Judith, take us away.
Yeah, I'll repeat the question. It is, what do I nullify as a person, or do I nullify to the whole group, or to each individual? Do we grasp it, please? What do I nullify as a person? What do I nullify, and to whom do I nullify? To the group or each person, each individual? So let's use the old order again, please, if we can. Do we remember it, please? Oh, Mo is not here. Mohammed is not here yet. Has he left the meeting or? Okay, let's use the old. Oh, he's back. Yeah, I just mentioned his name and he turned up. Yeah. So Mohammed, we're using the old order, please. Enoch starts, you, and so on and so. Oh, Abdul also left. Okay, guys, let's start. In order not to waste more time, please. Enoch, please start for us.
Okay. What do I nullify in a group? I was trying to figure out this word nullify. I think it's not a nice word. It's a word that makes people maybe angry or not happy. So what do I nullify? I think is to be arrogant, or not to be attentive to the person you're speaking to. You can nullify either to a person or to a group. That's what I can say about it. Thank you.
Mo, please, Mo.
Yeah, actually, I didn't understand the question, so I'm just listening to your answer. Thank you.
Okay, I think it's me. What do you nullify? That's quite a difficult question, but I think you nullify your ego. I don't think you can nullify yourself entirely, because then I think you'd be completely useless to the group. Because I think part of the meaning of nullify is to like make yourself ineffective. So I don't think you can nullify yourself entirely, because then you're not giving anything, which is part of what you have to do. You have to give something. So I think you want to nullify your ego, your sense of importance, and feel that you are part of the whole group, not some important individual. And I think you nullify to everyone. You don't nullify to individual persons, because I don't really know how that would work. So you nullify to the entirety, everyone in the group. Okay, thank you.
Can I
Sam, I
speak?
think, yeah, it's Sam's turn. Yeah.
Yeah. Talking of nullify, to nullify, yes, is an English word, but in this context of our discussion, it's going to mean to go into nothingness. That is, be open and don't act like I know it. To be free in mind and not to be egoistic. I would say not to be egoistic, and that is how I understand to nullify self. And to nullify that to individual or to a group, this would depend on who is in need.
Yes, Sam's connection is frozen, I think.
Yeah, I think his internet got frozen.
At a point. But and in the
Oh, it keeps freezing. He's gone now. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I lost connection. Yeah, that you melt into the whole system, and you are part of the whole, not taking a position of the genius, but the position of all of us. We are all learning. That's how I understand it.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
Yeah,
I just checked on the internet what it means to annul, and a different word is to cancel or to undo. So, and what do we need to cancel? It's our egoistic inclination. So not the desire in itself, but only the egoistic part. So we have to block it, not allow it, and add the altruistic inclination to do it for the other person. For the second part of the question is, for who do we do it? I think it's for both the group as a whole, and also when we interact one-on-one, just to the other person. That's what I think. So next.
It's my turn. Yeah. First, I would like to apologize to Muhammad. Sorry.
Cool. What did you say?
integrating them into local groups, correct?
Yeah, but that's for the Europeans.
Yeah, this is for, it's just going to Louise because she was late.
Oh, okay.
She's from the UK, from Brighton.
Okay. All right, so let's rock and roll. Okay, lovely. We're back. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay, great. Now then, as we're coming to the end of the lesson, now I don't normally give homeworks because I'm a nice guy, okay, but today I'm going to be a little nasty, okay, because we're coming towards the end of the session. I'm going to give a few reading excerpts, okay. So would you please read Purpose of Society 1, Purpose of Society 2, and Concerning Love of Friends, the 3 articles. The first 3 articles of Rabash, okay? It's very important. So until next week, they're only like a few pages each, okay? But Purpose of Society 1, Purpose of Society 2, Concerning Love of Friends. So in the book, it's page 9, 11, and 12. They're very, very short, only 3 pages, as you can see. But it's very important we get these articles kind of sunk inside of ourselves, okay? Now then, one more thing before we break out. Now, I just want to repeat the email questions again for the latecomers. There was a few friends who came a little late. Now,
we have some questions rolling in here also. I know we're getting low on time, but you want to answer some of
let's answer the questions, okay? It'll take a few minutes and then we'll do the reminders.
So it looks like one of the questions is, are the study groups after the young group virtual or in person?
Depends where you are, because if where you are there's a physical group, you'll be able to stick your head in. If there isn't, we're going to be virtual.
All right. Next question is from Jose. Is it for? It's for new people and new friends, correct?
Yes, but you'll be joining veterans as well.
Claire says, "What should I do? This work is making me feel crazy."
Wow, that's what do you mean crazy? Okay, that's the question. Okay, so what do you mean this work is making you feel crazy? To explain yourself, young lady, so I can answer properly. Okay, because I don't know what you mean.
Okay, I mean the things that I've structured my life around. Although I've thought that I've been questioning them, there's a couple of things that have come up through this has made me question the extent that I'm really questioning all my daily actions in relation to that, and that's sort of turning my decisions in life a bit upside down.
Okay, so you mean your daily routine? Yeah. Okay. Listen, daily routine isn't. It's not a big deal. Normally, right, before we started studying Kabbalah, what did we used to do? We used to go to work. After work, we came home, or we hung out with the friends, went down to the pub, had a few drinks, or had a social life, or we had we didn't have a social life, or we were at home. We had a normal routine, right? Went to work, came home, weekends, we did something, whatever everybody did. What we do is we add spirituality, our spiritual work, on top of what we have to do in life in order to survive. So, for example, during the day, we all go to work, right? So I'm not deleting that instead of, and putting spirituality first. What we have to do, we have to build ourselves a framework and add spirituality like we're adding a new hobby to our lives. And when do you do a hobby? You do it when you've got free time, right? You can't do a hobby during the day because you're working during the day. So you do your hobbies when you have free time. Now, how much free time you have, now that's your planning. Okay, so you have to plan out what you think is right, what times you should give, how much time you should dedicate to things. That kind of planning you should do. But spirituality is something we add on to our lives, so it can actually support us also in the way we understand our lives as well. But we have a daily routine with family, work. We don't disrupt that. What we do is we like to add Kabbalah, where we have free time. And normally, if you look at your day, you can probably stick it in instead of watching something on the telly that's useless. Sometimes we come home and we do this channel switching all night long. Just from one channel to the other, one channel to the other. Some of us do that. Some of us go on the net and we watch things that are just irrelevant. You know, there are a lot of times when we sometimes just seem to waste time. So it really depends on you. You just need to decide how you want to slot it in. But I really recommend to all of you, and this is how Rob recommended this to us as well when we started, that, you know, this is not instead of our daily work or daily necessities. We live like everybody else. We go to work, we take care of the family, you know, we all have kids and wives and husbands and so on. And we do our daily, you know, chores at work and in the house. And on top of that, we add spirituality. Okay, so today I was working. In the evening, I spent some time with the family. In the evening, I'm here now, you know, with you guys, because, you know, that was a nice time to slot in, and we're doing something to advance spiritually. However, though, that planning, the framework of the study is something you guys might need to decide, because everybody's an individual case. And it would not be correct if I or anybody else came and stuck their nose into your lives and said, this is how you should be doing it. Okay? Because only you know your life, and there's nobody else that knows it better than you. Just slot it in where you can stick your head in without disrupting your daily necessities. Does that sound logical? If it doesn't, let me know, because we should clear it out. It doesn't sound logical? Okay, so let's do this. During the day, I go to work. I go to work. You work, right? Do you work? Yes? Okay, give me a thumbs up, because I can't see you well. You go to work? Everybody's going to work. Okay. Claire, you don't work?
Part-time.
Okay.
The question was really not about what you're saying. It's about, like if I just had a job that was any old job and lived kind of life, the mainstream life, and that was what I was doing, and adding something on, I could understand your answer. But a life that's kind of built up around political beliefs, and my work is in line with something that I've been striving towards. And having, I think I asked a question a little while ago about where does activism and changing, you know, things in this corporate reality come into picture when you're doing a spiritual path. And I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember the words you used in the answer. But it was something like, we can do it if you want, but it doesn't make any difference. And I think that is the concept that just makes my head spin a little bit. So it's not about how do you fit the time in, how do you organise it, or do you keep doing your corporate reality stuff. I'm cool with that. It's about the purpose and focus. Does that make more sense?
Yes, yes, it does. Okay, so, okay, I understand what you're saying. Look, according to the wisdom of Kabbalah, we cannot change how the world is going. Humanity has been trying to change it with all kinds of things, and as you can see, from day to day, we just get from worse to worse. You know, we've tried to get rid of diseases, and new diseases popped up. We tried to fix hunger somewhere, new stuff came out. We tried to fix wars in some place, and it disrupted somewhere else. When we're doing things in order to change the world, it doesn't help. This is what the Kabbalists are saying. And the only way to make the world change in a positive way is if the individual changes. Because our perception of reality from the first semester, you'll recall that everything is perceived inside a person's mind. Everything I see in the world is through my own traits, through my own character, personality. This is why we all feel the world differently. So trying to fix the world's hunger problem, trying to fix the world's, you know, other problems, wars and so on, they haven't helped us in the past. If this is your job, I'm not saying stop doing it. Okay, if this is your job, it's your job. Okay. It's just that change can only happen if we as humans change, if man changes, because our nature is corrupt. And if our nature is corrupt, if it's egoistic, no matter where I stick my nose into, I'm going to make a mess. This is how it always works out. No matter where I stick my hand into, no matter what I try to correct in the world, we make a mess of it. And it would have been much better if we did nothing at all. Because animals don't do anything and they don't make any mess. But we humans, we have to stick our nose into the animal kingdom and we make a mess out of the animal level. We stick our noses into agriculture and plants and all kind of things we do unnaturally. And then all the foods that we're eating cause cancer. You know, everything we do is just a problem. If it's your job, you should, you know, carry on doing your job, because that's also the way you're looking after your daily needs. Okay, but just know that the way to change everything in reality is through personal change. So if we want to change the world, we have to change man. We have to change the way we are. So that was our approach to things. But by no means I'm not going to tell you not to do your job or not to be an activist or whatever. It's just that as an activist, it's even better for you to know, because you're in that job, to know that, wow, the way to change is actually if I change. If humanity changes, the world gets better. To know that in your job, I think, is a positive thing. Okay, but I don't know what to say. You know, those things, it's a personal choice. What I'm just teaching in the wisdom of Kabbalah is through what we learned through Rabash, Bala Sulam, and Dr. Lightman, is that, you know, change, the world will change if I change. The world will get better if we change. And not that I go and try to change somebody else, because if you also look at the world, what does it mean to be an activist in something? Activist in something means, for example, there are vegetarians that are activists against meat eating, right? Eating meat. So then it's like a vegan coming to me and saying, well, you shouldn't eat this and you shouldn't do that. Well, that's no different than somebody else coming and telling me how to live my life. So it's just not, you know, do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? So being an activist, on the one side, we think we're doing good to people, but on the other hand, most activists come and tell us how we should live our lives. I mean, that's not fair, is it? How would an activist feel if I said, no, you know what, you shouldn't be a vegan because you're cutting forests down. I think you should be eating meat. That's the way to go. You know, and I mean, it's just gonna, it's just gonna be tension. So,
my best friends are vegan. We have that conversation all the time. I haven't used that excuse though. I'm gonna hit him with that next time.
Say, listen, you know, you're corrupting the soil, growing plants and vegetables. It's really not good. And let's face it, if we all went vegan, there wouldn't be enough food around the world either. So I think we should all eat chicken meat and beef, and they'll just go crazy. So being an activist, on the one hand, you know, we just have to measure where our borders are with respect to everybody else. So you need to make a decision. It's your call. But I don't tell everyone what to do and where to work and so on. Just a second, Delise. It's all your personal decisions. You know, we don't go there in the wisdom of Kabbalah. We're just talking about the laws of nature in the wisdom of Kabbalah. Okay? So you guys decide about your professions, your careers. Everybody's got their own personal opinion. But the wisdom of Kabbalah says, hey, listen, you know, you want a better world, you got to change. The whole world is trying to change somebody else and it's not happening. Okay? Delise, what was that, Delise?
Well, I thought perhaps if I could just say that I think it's good to make the distinction between the work of the point in the heart and the will to receive, or the ego. And that the work that we do here of changing ourselves, we do in the group first. And as an example, I work as a doctor. And so as a psychiatrist actually. But I really can't go to my patients and tell them today, I think this is the way to go, and you should all study Kabbalah now, etc. That will destabilize the entire picture. And so the work that I must do is with my group, with my friends, and the change within myself. I hope that assists somehow. Clear.
This is why I also recommend you read Purpose of Society 1, 2 as well. So why are we all gathered here together? Okay, it's like, so we keep our corporeal world on the side, and here amongst the friends we do certain work that's directed towards our spiritual development. As you develop spiritually as well, you'll see that everything will settle inside of you. You know, as things will clarify inside you, you'll begin to know how to navigate around things in your life much better. And that'll be the correct answer, actually, rather than what I give you. Right then, so announcements. There's nothing else, right? We're all good? We're good. Okay, so announcements. Ladies and gentlemen, please, you must today, okay, if we can see the screen here. Now, what you guys need to do is make sure, please, that if you're in the European Education Centre, okay, you must write to contact@cabacademy.eu with your name, surname, your telephone contact number, and your email, and your country of residence, where you're living, okay, so that the guys will invite in the future lessons, in the next, on lesson 9 and 10, the coordinators and the welcoming committee for those groups, so you can meet them, so they'll hold your hand, okay? The same thing goes for friends from Africa and non-European groups. If you're from the Middle East, for example, Abdul and Mohammed, right? Mohammed, where's Abdul? Okay, so you guys write to Abdul's got a bad connection, I guess, but okay, so you guys need to write to bbafrica1@gmail.com with the same information, your name, surname, telephone number, email, and country of residence, so we can then introduce you to also the friends in the Africa group who are going to hold you and kind of bring you in there, okay? We must do it now after the lesson, okay? No getting lazy after the lesson. So for lesson 8, 9, and 10, you know, we can really get our heads around how to direct everyone, so everybody has a home to stick their heads into after the Education Centre, all right? It's been a great pleasure seeing you all, as usual, and we'll see you all next week, hopefully. Have a great evening and a great rest of the week. Bye now.
Thank you.